Hey guys, it's Allie and welcome to Thanksgiving on a Budget. Today I'm going to show you how to cook a lentil loaf that is vegan, but first let's get started with my outfit. You can find everything I'm wearing minus the shoes and of course my Fitbit on Poshmark. To see all of my outfits tried on Poshmark, and if you guys have a Poshmark channel, you know how difficult it is to take the time to actually take pictures of yourself. So I'm going to start incorporating the outfits into my videos. Let's get cooking. What you will need for the recipe is 1.5 cups of lentils, preferably plain brown lentils. We use the green lentils. 3.5 cups of water or vegetable broth, 2 onions diced, 2 cloves garlic minced, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 cups of pre-cooked rice, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 cup of ketchup or barbecue sauce, 1/2 teaspoon of sage, 3/4 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. The prep time is about 35 minutes, and the cook time is about 60 minutes. Total time is 95 minutes, and it yields about 6 generous servings. I am now over at the rice, which was pre-cooked, and you want to make sure that you also pre-cook your rice, as well as pre-cooking your lentils, which are in the back. And they have to simmer for about 30 minutes. So make sure you do these 2 steps ahead of time so you can make your Thanksgiving meal a lot quicker. Now we're headed out to our garden, and I'm going to pick some sage from this lovely little garden that Gabby made for us, and I will see you guys back inside. You want to make sure that you have a little bowl to put all of your extras in that you don't need, the skins, and then another bowl or the pan that you're going to put these in to cook, and make sure they're diced. My eyes are already watering. I cried my eyes out loud, cried my eyes out loud. I don't know if you guys can see, but I can barely see right now. That's how bad it normally is for me to deep onions. So I'm really glad that that's over. I'm gonna do this onion. I don't think that I really have a crying issue when I'm doing red onions, but I have a huge issue when I am doing the yellow or white onions. It's really crazy, like my eyes are dripping with tears right now. If you guys have the same thing, comment below. I'd love to hear about it. Or if you have any suggestions of what to do about it, that would be great too.
You disappeared long ago. Now I hide my erosion, and I cried my eyes.
It's all chopped up. I actually tried to use our chopping device and it wasn't working, so I had to chop it myself. Not a fan, not a fan. Gotta get rid of this yellow onion. It's driving me bananas. Okay, so right now the onions are getting sauteed in this pan. I'm going to add just a smidge of olive oil. It doesn't really need anything, but because it wants to be because the recipe calls for it to be sauteed, I'm going to add a little black pepper, a teeny bit of salt, and a little tiny bit of olive oil to really get it in that sauteed groove. You want to make sure that your onions are slightly smaller than my onions and really diced. I had quite a problem chopping them up as usual, so I did my best. work from Dazzling Designs. I will leave it in the comments below where you can find her shop. And we're just lightly matching it, not anything crazy. I did already drain them, but they didn't actually need to be drained. Nothing came out, so if you feel yours don't need to be drained either, then don't drain them. But if you see that there's a lot of excess water, definitely go and drain them in the sink, because you do not want the excess water in your lentelope. Okay, now I think it's time to add everything in. This looks pretty sauteed now. You hear that? And we have some brown spots, which I love. So we are going to take everything and combine. We're going to add the lentils in. They are well matched. I'm going to turn this down just a bit. Put this in another pan because this looks awfully full right now. Just gonna have a light stir around with this so that we can combine the onions into the lentils. So you want to make sure that you don't pop any lentils out while you're doing it. Okie dokie. Before we add the rice in, everything else in. So we are going to take a 4th cup of ketchup and add to it, or barbecue sauce. Whichever one you prefer. I'm just putting 100% natural ketchup in. And put it in now. That was a 1/3 cup of ketchup. And that will be mixed in. And 1/2 teaspoon of sage. And we actually didn't have sage in our garden, so I'm going to use some dry sage. But if you have fresh sage, definitely use that. It will be much better. Whatever you want. You can even make your own Italian seasoning with garlic, basil, oregano, rosemary. Then I'm going to add just a little bit more salt. And because this is sea salt, instead of doing a 1/2 teaspoon, I did a 1/4 teaspoon because we already added salt as well. So I don't want this to be too salty. Now I am adding the 2 cups of rice. I'm going to add it really carefully because this thing is about to topple over. once it's pretty well turned over and this looks pretty nice, you're going to take your loaf pan. I'm just going to set you guys back a little bit so you can see the loaf pan. There's the loaf pan, and we are going to spray it with some Pam organic canola oil. Just so nothing sticks. And then I'm going to start everything in. Once your loaf is all filled up, we're going to take some ketchup and you're going to squirt the top to do a nice design with it. Or you can do like I'm doing and just put it over the top. Does that look yummy or what? It smells delicious. So I'm going to place this in the oven. Go in. For 60 minutes. I'm going to set the timer for 60 minutes. 6, 0, 0, 0. Start. Side dish is russet potatoes, and they're going to be cooked in a foil wrap. And the ingredients are 1 pound of russet potatoes cut into 1-inch pieces, 1 medium onion cut into small chunks, 6 cloves of garlic peeled cut into thirds, 1 tablespoon and teaspoon of olive oil, a teaspoon of crushed dried rosemary, 1/2 a teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1/2 a teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 a teaspoon of ground pepper. So I'm going to add the chunky onions in, and I pre-did all of this. So you guys, I definitely recommend you doing this too. Pre-cutting everything, it works so much better. I also put some canola oil on the bottom of this as my tablespoon of olive oil, and I will definitely put it over it when it's done. This is crazy with the onions. I am now putting in the garlic. Next I'm adding the rosemary, and I'm putting fresh rosemary in, and I will also sprinkle some dry rosemary on as well. Then I'm adding in a teaspoon of the smoked paprika. I think this might just be regular paprika. Yeah, so you can get smoked if you want. Then I'm going to put a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. I'm going to mix it together and spray some canola oil on it. You can see I mixed everything in. I put the dried rosemary, the sea salt, and the pepper in, and a little bit of canola oil on top. I'm going to fold it and put it in the oven. I set the oven for 375 before, so make sure you do that. And I am also putting the timer on for 30 minutes. And we'll see how it cooks. On to our dessert. Okay, so we're going to make some vegan sugar donuts. You need 1/2 a cup of gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. Flour, I just used all-purpose flour, but they used Bob's Red Mill. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 a cup plus 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar, 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 cup melted coconut oil, 1/2 a cup of non-dairy milk. I'm going to use almond milk, 1/4 a cup plus 1 tablespoon of unsweetened applesauce, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. For the cinnamon sugar coating, 3 tablespoons of melted coconut oil, 1/4 cup of fine granulated sugar, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. So the first step is that I am going to whisk the flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, and nutmeg and cinnamon together. I'm going to get my whisk for a second. And then we're going to be on to the wet ingredients. You need 2 bowls. Make sure you have a decent sized bowl for the wet ingredients. This is my wet ingredients bowl. Now I'm going to add the wet ingredients in. We have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 a cup of applesauce. I actually made my own applesauce because we didn't have any. I just took apples that were really ripe and I put them in the food processor. I took a little bit of water in, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of sugar. I'm putting in the 1/2 cup of almond milk. Then I'm going to also add the coconut oil. It looks like I need to make some more, so I'll see you guys in 1 minute. So I added the 1/4 cup of coconut oil. And now I'm going to mix this together. And we're going to pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and mix well.
All my life I was looking for somebody. Then I met my American girl next door, wild, shy, and sunny. I stopped my search when I found you. All I wanted was to say, I love you too.
I guess the batter is supposed to be.
I wrote a poem from your notes and love letters.
And I might use
through every season I put them together.
Mixer.
Then I added the lyrics I wrote in New York to write this love song for the one that I adore.
Okay, now that we have that kind of batter,
a beautiful story
thick,
about you and
just
me.
so you guys are aware, we are going to put it into our tin. I'm just spraying each individual tin pretty
Woman,
quickly.
I'm your best friend and lover. That's the meaning of love. You help me discover.
You don't want to put too much, but you also
I wrote a poem from your notes and love letters.
And then you're going to take
through every season I put them together.
Put it in. And I'm going to put
then
it
I added the
halfway,
lyrics I wrote in New York to write this love song for the one that I adore.
This batter makes exactly this amount.
You don't have to test me, cause we're real. And my music says how I feel. I read your poetry and brought you flowers. Minutes went by that were really hours, and they were hours.
We are now going to bake these for 8 to 10 minutes in the oven. We have 4 more minutes on the russet potatoes. And we're going to melt some more. We're going to melt 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, put that in a separate bowl. And we're going to have 1/4 cup of the fine granulated sugar and a teaspoon of the cinnamon to put on top when these are cooling on the cooling rack. Okay, while everything is in the oven, we are going to make our agave carrot. I chose rainbow peeled carrots because I thought that they looked really tasty, and I've actually never had them before, so I thought that that would be really nice to add some color So right now I have a tablespoon of vegan butter in. I've never used vegan butter before, so we'll see how this goes. Seems like a lot of butter though. Okay, and then we're going to put this bag of carrots in. Sugar in, and we're going to let it cook for 10 to 15 minutes. I suggest you do this pretty close to when your guests are coming, or you keep it on the stove top to keep it warm. Okay, so I'm going to put the brown sugar in, and I'm going to put a tablespoon and a half because I don't have exactly 16 ounces, so I don't want it to be too sweet. If you guys don't know, 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. So that was 1 tablespoon. It's about to be sticking. And then I'm going to put in another teaspoon. Because this is only 12 ounces. It's supposed to be 16 ounces altogether of the baby carrot. Then we are going to do 2 tablespoons of agave, so I'm going to do a tablespoon and a half. And that's going to stay there for 10 to 15 minutes, I think. Yeah, we're going to let that cook for 10 to 15 minutes, and we are going to toss this really quick. Toss. And now I'm going to put the lid over it. Now we're going to check the muffins and see how they're doing. It looks like they might need some more time. I'm going to take a toothpick and look at them. Okay, with a toothpick you're going to check the center of them, and if nothing comes out, they're done. If something comes out, they're not done. Totally not done at all, if you can see that. So I'm going to put them in for probably about 8 more minutes. It says it cooks on 375 for 8 to 10 minutes, but it's not cooked at all. So let's try another 8 minutes and we'll check back in. You're going to put your donuts on the drying rack and let them sit for 10 minutes. And you're going to have your cinnamon and sugar mix and your coconut oil in 2 separate bowls. You're going to put coconut oil on them first, and then you're going to put the cinnamon and sugar on it, and I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. Okay, now that these are a little bit cooled off, but not completely cooled, you're going to take your coconut oil, and you're going to put it on top. Make sure you put a decent amount on, so that when you dip it into the sugar and cinnamon, it sticks. Then you have a lovely cupcake like that, and they're all finished. And now I'm going to add thyme. This is on low. It's not on. I'm going to put that on low, and I'm going to add, the thyme that goes in, and it is a half a teaspoon of thyme and 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon. That looks like about 2. warm, and you want to make sure that when you do it, the carrot is nice and soft. And I hope I like this because I actually hate cooked carrots. So we'll see if this does it justice. Okay, we'll keep that on low for a little bit. So now we're gonna see if the potatoes are done. So the potatoes were not ready, so I'm going to give them another 30 minutes. The recipe actually didn't say the time, so I'm just kind of winging it. And I did put a drip pan under there so that there was no drip going onto the bottom of the oven. Just want to show you how simple your table setting can be. I have my place card just in a pine cone with a name printed out on a note card. My vegan, you guys see it? My vegan fork and knife, chalice, a cute little setting for a centerpiece, and that's it. Super simple, and it doesn't cost very much. If you already have all of this stuff, all I did was print this out. I already had 3 of these, so I put them on the table, and these cost nothing, pine cones, if you can go out and find them. So make your dinner budget friendly and simple. And here is the dish. We have the agave carrots, the roasted potatoes, and the lentil loaf. I hope you guys enjoy.